Big Boss Jock Radio Show. Analyst assessment. Clip being assessed? It's the second segment. Iran's foreign minister says it was minutes away from war with U.S. last month. Posted by CBS this morning. Posted on July 19, 2019. Airtime 3 minutes 37 seconds. Again, we'll take note. The title. Make note. The title. Iran's foreign minister says it was minutes. Says Iran was minutes away from war with the United States last month. What it should state is that the United States was moments away with war with Iran last month. U.S. takes precedence, not Iran. And that's why interest was shown in this clip and chosen to be assessed. The clip. Here we go. If they care to place the cursor at 2 minutes and 6 seconds, the clip's going to roll.
So last night we also saw the administration put more sanctions on Iran. National Security Advisor John Bolton raised the bar, saying Iran has to stop any and all enrichment of uranium, even though it is currently permitted.
Going to roll that back and play another time. Going to roll it back to 1 minute and 53 seconds. The White House sees this as a non-starter. You people are associating a structure with the U.S. government. Instead of being stated the U.S. government or the U.S. president, the structure is noted, and the structure took actions. It's an ignorant way of processing the information. The ignorance is on the part of the programmer, and they want the person to be stripped of their identity. So what the programmer does is use expressions such as White House instead of the proper term, the U.S. government or the U.S. president.
This as a non-starter. Without the U.S. lifting sanctions, Zarif said he sees very...
Without the U.S. lifting sanctions, Foreign Minister from Iran, Zarif, stated, is what should have been said,
little chance of the U.S. countries, of the two countries beginning talks, or of President Trump and Iran's leader.
Who cares what he says? Yeah, it doesn't matter. See, this is what you people aren't understanding. It's on, in the first segment, it was explained. CBS is presenting the issue as if they're press TV from Iran. Why such a perspective? It undermines the nation of the USA. The people should be looking right at the corporation, CBS. And well, they're no different than the rest. NBC, ABC, they do the same. And on, Fox and all the rest.
Meeting, say, in September, when the two are at the UN.
When the two are at the UN. Who two? I didn't know that Donald went to the UN. Not usually. Maybe once a year? Yeah, usually it's a representative known as the ambassador to the UN.
There's annual sessions. So last night we also saw the administration.
So last night we also saw the administration. Note, anytime we is mentioned, nearly any time, that's to group the listener in the group of we. If they associate with the theme, with the presenter, they group themselves in we. But in an abstract sense, because they need to understand we and how that pertains to the theme. Because we really isn't actually, well, it might be. Did they see it? Well, then they're in that group of we.
Put more sanctions on Iran. National Security Advisor John Bolton raised the bar, saying Iran...
U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton
has to stop any and all enrichment of uranium,
I don't know if she said National Security Advisor or Director.
Even though it is currently permitted to have limited amounts of...
Because John Bolton, he was the ambassador to the United Nations as well.
That nuclear fuel under the 2015 international agreement that you mentioned. Remember...
You mentioned, I didn't mention anything. And if she's referring to the other reporter, she needs to, I don't know his name, Steve. And Steve, what you mentioned...
The U.S. pulled out of that deal, but the rest of the world, including Russia and China, are still in it, and they are trying.
Who cares if China's in it? What deal? China takes precedence. Which deal? The sanctions against Iran?
To find some way to keep Iran's program under wraps.
What program? Nuclear development program? Repeat it again and again. The foe of the United States of America, Iran, is attempting to develop nuclear material in order to put in a nuclear warhead.
All of these...
An illegal migrant shouldn't be termed as people, person, attempting to enter into the United States of America, and they don't say United States of America. They say into our country. It should be every time an illegal migrant, illegal migrant.
Skirmishes make it tougher to find a way out.
Margaret, the U.S. is reportedly sending 500 more troops to the Persian Gulf. Does that heighten tensions?
Well, as David Martin has been reporting, one of the
500 troops isn't worth. This is all being staged by the USDIA for the people to perceive the issue in a certain way. Heighten tensions. The country of Iran no longer is worried about the country of the United States of America is ready to battle.
reasons, one of the justifications Saudi Arabia wants more of a presence is because they are concerned by...
So that's interesting how they slip Saudi Arabia in there. I'm going to pause this and play that back again. Yeah, it's an odd way to introduce Saudi Arabia into the theme. The report says, as David Martin has been reporting, Saudi Arabia wants more of a presence. When the question was 500 more U.S. troops being sent to the Persian Gulf, does that heighten tensions? And as Martin's been reporting, Saudi Arabia doesn't hold the Persian Gulf. Yes, they have territory on the Persian Gulf, and there's various other countries. Well, let's continue to hear the importance of why Saudi Arabia is being introduced into the theme.
They are concerned by these kind of antagonistic actions, and what you hear...
Oh, so Saudi Arabia is concerned about U.S. troops being deployed to the region, sent to the region. Ridiculous. Saudi Arabia is an ally of the United States of America, also as a proxy state. Saudi Arabia happens to be a foe of Iran. So why would Saudi Arabia not encourage more troops? They're being encouraged to make such statements, if those statements were made, by the USDIA. As mentioned, there's various bases, U.S. bases in the country, of U.S. Armed Forces bases, Army, Air Force, in Saudi Arabia.
Or even Iran warning of, is that this can really quickly escalate.
Who cares what Iran warns? The United States warns. You people are being taken as fool chumps. Definitely not number one. You're being warned. You're about to get your butt kicked. They're mentioning that again and again. United States of America was warned by Iran. No, Iran gets warned by the United States of America. What happened to the mightiest military in the world? Being warned.
Both Iran's supreme leader and President Trump say they do not want war. But you see these...
He shouldn't get the name supreme leader. And just to air it out there, he isn't a Khomeini, he's a Sistani when they take that mask off and realize who he is. Speaking about the one that's known as the top leader there in Iran. The president, Rouhani, he also. No, he's not a Sistani, he's an Anansian. His father, Alf Arch 08, born at South Loch, Lake Huron. Continuing with the video. 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Now I'm going to pause this and play that back, the last few seconds. Yeah. Iran's top leader, so he's mentioned first, and President Trump have both mentioned they don't want war. What an ignorant way to state that phrase. First of all, U.S. takes precedence. Or is this Press TV from Iran? I'm sure feeling as if I'm listening to Press TV. And yeah, I am subscribed to their channel. And I've been subscribed to their channel for years. I watch the news. is aired from Iran, from Cuba, from the United States of America, various sources to see what's being stated around the world. This presentation places Iran as if takes precedence. What the top leader of Iran states came first. Donald, who represents the United States of America, second. First of all, they shouldn't be on equal standing. It should be that the U.S. president has taken great lengths to reduce the tensions, has repeatedly stated the United States of America does not care to engage at this moment in a war with Iran, though if provoked at any moment was ready to go.
See these skirmishes going right up to the line within just a few yards of U.S. ships, and it really could escalate quickly if there is any...
See, again, Iran's movements in coordination, no. Well, they're not in coordination. They're in the same zone. And what she's mentioning, yes, is that Iran takes precedence. Their actions and how that interaction takes place with the other country, United States of America. Why is Iran taking precedence? People need to ask that. Why is CBS taking such a tone? Why are they phrasing the statements in such a way to undermine the nation of the United States of America? Why are they choosing to do so? CBS isn't alone. All the mainstream media is taking the same tack.
Kind of loss of U.S. life. That is the line that...
See? U.S. loss of life. U.S. is going to be attacked. Iran is going to kick the butt of the United States of America. Keeps getting stated again and again and again.
The United States has...
What, 3 times in the clip of 3 minutes and 27 seconds? Quite strongly, the message was sent that maybe 4 times, that the United States is being warned. And that Iran, such as that wristwatch on Zarif's wrist, tick-tock, tick-tock, hey, one misstep, about to go off.
Drawn in the sand here, and it would force President Trump's hand, at least as he has described.
See, it would force President Trump's hand. The actions of Iran, who have made a warning to the United States of America to not misstep. That wristwatch clock, tick-tock, on the image back around 50 seconds, the one of Zarif, the foreign minister of Iran. Those are PSYOPs photos. That's what the listener, the viewer, is receiving in these clips, one PSYOPs image after another.
The policy up to this point.
Placed by the USDIA.
Margaret Brennan. Thank you, Margaret. CBS News.
There it is. Final of the assessment. The message being sent: rise up! Kick off the revolution! Do not allow the breakup of the U.S. territory! Liberate the Confederate States of America! The Alamo, placed as the capital. I want only God. He helps me do this rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks along with gratitude for our Father in heaven, Allah, our one only God. I'll mention, by faith, I'm a Christian. Though I do believe, and I've had a chance to travel around the world, I believe the majority of Muslims, along with many Christians, do pray to the same God. And that, yes, we can all get along. This is the Big Boss Jock, signing off.